Let me tell you something, life doesn't give handouts. You want success, you want greatness, you have to earn it. Mindset is everything. I know you've heard that before, but let me put it to you straight. The way you think is like the soil you plant seeds in. You don't nurture that soil, you won't grow a thing worth anything. Mindset is the foundation of success. The way you think, the way you perceive challenges, and the way you approach each day, all of these shape the course of your life. Success is not just about the actions you take, it's about the thoughts and beliefs that drive those actions. Every successful person, every high achiever started with a vision, a belief that they were capable of more, that they could rise above the challenges. They understood that mindset is the soil from which all accomplishments grow. It's like the foundation of a house. If it's weak, the entire structure is at risk. If your mindset isn't set right, no amount of talent, skill, or resources will bring you the success you seek. Your mind is incredibly powerful. The way you see yourself in the world shapes how you react to challenges and how you respond to opportunity. If you believe you're capable, if you're willing to learn and adapt, if you truly see yourself as someone with the potential to grow, then every step you take is going to lead you closer to success. But if doubt and fear dominate your mindset, then your path will be filled with hesitation, second guessing, and a lack of progress. The greatest achievers are not those who never fail, they are those who have trained their minds to see failure as a stepping stone to growth. Think about this, everything you do, every choice you make, every goal you set, it all begins with a thought. That thought becomes an intention, which turns into an action. And repeated actions build habits over time, shape your destiny. When your mind is focused, resilient, and positive, your actions reflect that strength, even in difficult times. Mindset is what helps you keep going when things get tough. It's what keeps you motivated when the results aren't showing yet. And it's what drives you to keep reaching higher even after you achieve a goal. Success doesn't just happen by chance, it's the result of a consistent and purposeful mindset that refuses to give up, that keeps pushing even when everyone else would have stopped. Mindset isn't just about believing in yourself, it's also about the discipline to stay committed and the willingness to learn from every experience, whether it's good or bad. A person with a strong mindset looks at setbacks as temporary. They understand that difficulties are a part of the journey, not the end of it. When you believe in your capacity to overcome challenges, you see problems differently. Instead of feeling defeated, you become more resilient, more creative in finding solutions, and more determined to keep going. This is where true success is born, not in moments of triumph, but in the quiet moments when you decide to try again, to push just a little harder, to keep the vision alive. Now, having a strong mindset isn't just about positive thinking. It's not about ignoring reality or pretending things are easy when they're not. It's about knowing deep down that you have the strength to face whatever comes your way. It's about making a conscious choice to see yourself as capable, to believe that every effort you make, every hour you put in, every skill you learn is building towards something greater. When you adopt this mindset, you start to see challenges not as obstacles, but as necessary steps in your journey. Mindset is the inner engine that drives you, the thing that keeps you moving even when everything around you says stop. Life doesn't hand out rewards, you earn them. So often people get stuck in the mindset that life owes them something, that success should somehow fall into their lap simply because they want it. But here's the truth, nothing worth having comes easy. The rewards, the achievements, and the success you dream about, none of that happens without putting in the work, without proving day in and day out that you're willing to do what it takes to achieve it. If you want something, you have to go after it, relentlessly. Life respects those who commit, those who are dedicated, and those who show up every single day ready to do the work. It's a tough reality for some to accept, but there's no shortcut to real success. The people who rise to the top didn't just get lucky, they sacrificed, they endured setbacks, and they put in the effort when no one else was watching. It's easy to look at someone successful and think that they somehow had it easier, that they were dealt a better hand, but often that's far from the truth. Many of them started with less, many of them faced immense obstacles, and yet they understood that rewards don't come just because you wish for them. They knew that they had to take control of their own journey and put in the work if they wanted to make a mark. Imagine for a moment that life is a marathon. Some people want to cross the finish line without putting in the miles, without enduring the sweat and the grind that comes with training. But if you want to reach that finish line, if you truly want the reward that awaits, you have to be willing to show up for every practice, every early morning, every setback along the way. Each step you take, every sacrifice you make is building the resilience and strength you'll need to reach your goal. Life rewards those who are willing to keep pushing, to keep growing, to keep striving for more. You can't expect the trophy if you're not willing to run the race. There's a reason why so few people reach the top in any field. They're the ones who kept going when it got hard. They're the ones who didn't give up when it was tempting to quit. They knew that the reward wasn't going to come just because they wanted it. They had to prove that they deserved it over and over again. It takes persistence, it takes dedication, and most of all, it takes a deep commitment to the vision you have for yourself. If you want something, if you really want it, you can't sit back and wait for it to come to you. You have to go out there, take risks, make sacrifices, and sometimes you have to fail before you succeed. But that's part of earning it, part of the process that makes it all worth it in the end. This mindset, this commitment to earning what you want changes everything. It shifts your focus from wishing for things to actively working for them. It keeps you grounded, humble, and motivated. It reminds you that each step you take, each hour you invest is bringing you closer to your goal. And the truth is, when you earn something, when you've put in the blood, sweat, and tears to get there, the reward is so much sweeter. It's no longer just a win. It's a testament to everything you've overcome, to the strength and determination you showed when the odds were stacked against you. Life doesn't hand out rewards, and that's what makes success so powerful. Something you build, something you fight for. The road might be hard, it might be filled with challenges, but when you put in the effort, when you're willing to do what it takes. Obstacles are opportunities in disguise. Most people look at a challenge and see a wall, something standing in their way, something preventing them from moving forward. But what if you could flip that thinking? What if you saw obstacles not as blockades, but as stepping stones? Because the truth is, every obstacle, every setback, every difficulty carries a lesson, a chance to grow, and an opportunity to become better. Life's not trying to stop you, it's trying to prepare you, to teach you something that will help you down the road, to make you stronger and more resilient. Obstacles are life's way of testing your commitment, your resilience, and your hunger for success. Think about the moments in life where you've truly grown. Was it when everything was easy? Or was it when you were pushed to your limits, forced to adapt, to find new ways of doing things? Obstacles have a way of sharpening our skills, of bringing out strengths we didn't even know we had. They reveal what we're made of. They show us the areas where we need to improve, where we need to build resilience. When you face a challenge, it's an invitation to level up, to expand your thinking, and to prove to yourself that you're capable of overcoming more than you ever thought possible. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned. But every setback, every obstacle is an invitation to change your approach, to think differently, to try again with a new strategy. The people who reach success are the ones who understand this. They know that when they hit a roadblock, it's not the end, it's just a part of the journey. They see obstacles as opportunities to innovate, to grow, and to test the strength of their vision. They don't give up because something is difficult. Instead, they lean in, they adapt, and they come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more capable. Obstacles also help you clarify your goals. When you encounter resistance, it forces you to ask, how much do I really want this? It pushes you to look at your commitment and decide if you're willing to put in the work, to face the discomfort, and to keep going even when the road gets tough. Sometimes obstacles reveal the level of commitment we need to reach our goals. They remind us that success isn't supposed to be easy, that anything worth having requires effort, dedication, and a willingness to overcome the odds. This shift in perspective, this ability to see obstacles as opportunities, can change your entire outlook. Suddenly, challenges aren't something to be feared or avoided. They're moments that can help you grow. They're opportunities to improve, to learn, to build the skills and strength that will serve you in the long run. Each time you face a challenge, you're building resilience, building character, and showing yourself what you're truly capable of. You're learning to be resourceful, to think creatively, and to solve problems in ways you might never have considered if everything was smooth sailing. Embracing obstacles as opportunities means understanding that progress isn't always a straight line. Sometimes you take detours, sometimes you have to backtrack, and sometimes you have to climb over things that seem impossible. But every step, every struggle, every moment of doubt is a part of the process. Each obstacle is a teacher, each challenge a lesson, each setback a chance to build the grit and determination that will drive you forward. Instead of getting discouraged, you can start seeing each challenge as another chance to improve, to grow, and to prove to yourself that you have what it takes to succeed. When you embrace obstacles, when you stop fearing them and start seeing them as opportunities, everything changes. You become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. You start to realize that every obstacle you overcome is just preparing you for something greater, that every challenge is just a stepping stone on the path to your ultimate goal. Excuses are barriers to your dreams. It's easy to fall into the habit of making excuses when things don't go our way. We say things like, I don't have enough time, I'm not ready, or it's just not the right moment. But here's the truth. Every time you make an excuse, you're creating a barrier between yourself and your goals. Excuses are like walls you build around your dreams, keeping you from even attempting to reach them. They don't protect you, they trap you. They hold you back from trying, from taking risks, from putting yourself out there, and ultimately from discovering what you're truly capable of. People make excuses for many reasons: fear of failure, lack of confidence, or simply not wanting to leave their comfort zone. But the problem with excuses is that they become habits. The more you tell yourself that you're too busy or that you're not ready, the more you start to believe it. And before you know it, those dreams and ambitions that once fired you up start to feel unreachable. You begin to doubt yourself, to convince yourself that maybe those dreams were never meant to be. But the reality is, it wasn't the dream that was impossible, it was the excuses you allowed to stand in the way. Excuses are comforting. They give you an out, a reason to stay in a place where you don't have to risk failing, don't have to face rejection, don't have to put yourself out there. But comfort doesn't lead to growth. Comfort doesn't lead to success. If you want to achieve something big, if you have a vision for your life, you have to stop letting excuses dictate your path. You have to recognize them for what they are, limitations you're putting on yourself. No one else is stopping you. No one else is telling you that you can't do it. Those are your own thoughts, your own justifications, and it's up to you to break free from them. Taking responsibility for your life means understanding that you alone are in control. You have the power to choose action over excuses, to prioritize your goals, and to focus on what truly matters. Yes, life is busy, and yes, challenges come up, but successful people don't let those things stop them. They find a way, they push through, they take each challenge as it comes and figure out how to overcome it, instead of letting it become an excuse to quit. Every moment you spend making excuses is a moment you can spend moving toward, building something real, and working towards your dreams. Imagine what you could achieve if you refused to make excuses. Picture a life where you replaced every "I can't" with "I'll find a way." Imagine the progress you'd make if, instead of waiting for the perfect time, you simply took action now. When you stop making excuses, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You start to see that you're capable of more than you thought, that you can handle challenges, and that each step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to the life you want. The path to success isn't always clear or straightforward, but it's only when you stop making excuses that you can begin to truly walk it. Eliminating excuses isn't easy, and it requires self-awareness. You have to be honest with yourself to recognize when you're making an excuse and understand why. Is it fear? Is it a lack of confidence? Are you trying to avoid the discomfort of putting yourself out there? Whatever the reason, acknowledging it is the first step. When you're able to see excuses for what they are, you can start to let them go. You can start to replace them with actions, with choices that lead you closer to your dreams rather than keeping you in place. Excuses are powerful, but so are you. Every time you decide to act instead of excusing yourself, you're taking back control. You're choosing growth over comfort, possibility over stagnation, and action over hesitation. The journey won't be easy. It might push you to your limits, test your patience, and make you question yourself. But that's where true strength is built. It's in those moments when you want to make an excuse, but instead choose to move forward, no matter how difficult. Failure is a teacher. Learn and keep moving. Too often we see failure as the end, as a dead end to our dreams and goals. But failure is far from a defeat. It's one of the greatest sources of growth you can encounter. It's a stepping stone, a moment that tests your resolve and pushes you to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. If you can look past the initial sting, past the feeling of falling short, you'll see that failure offers lessons no amount of success could ever teach you. Every time you fail, you gain insights you couldn't get any other way. Each setback, each mistake, each time something doesn't go as planned, you're presented with an opportunity to understand what went wrong and, more importantly, how to make it right next time. Successful people don't avoid failure, they embrace it. They know it's a natural part of the journey toward any meaningful goal. Think of any athlete, entrepreneur, or creator who's reached the top. Each of them is stories of setbacks, stories of things not working out, of investments that didn't pay off, of days when they wanted to quit. But instead of letting failure define them, they let it refine them. They studied their failures, learned from them, and used that knowledge to improve. They didn't take failure as a sign that they couldn't achieve their dreams. Instead, they saw it as a lesson, a tool to sharpen their skills and mindset. When you start seeing failure as a teacher, it changes everything. You stop fearing it, stop letting it control your decisions, and start welcoming the lessons it brings. Each failure becomes a building block, another brick in the foundation of your success. And while it's not easy, no one enjoys failing. Once you understand that it's simply part of the process, you start to see its value. The discomfort of failure is temporary, but the knowledge you gain from it is lasting. It's something you can carry forward, something you can use to improve your approach and get closer to your goals. Failure teaches you resilience. Each time you fall and get back up, you're building mental and emotional strength. You're proving to yourself that you can handle setbacks, that you can keep moving forward no matter what. This resilience becomes one of your greatest assets, especially when the journey gets tough. Life will throw challenges your way, will test your patience, your commitment, and your self-belief. But if you've learned to see failure as part of the journey as a teacher rather than an enemy, you'll be able to face those challenges with confidence. You'll know that whatever happens, you have the strength to keep going, to keep learning, and to keep improving. Failure also teaches you humility. When things don't go your way, it's a reminder that there's always room for growth, that you don't have all the answers, and that there's always more to learn. This humility is crucial because it keeps you grounded, open to feedback, and willing to make changes. It's the foundation of real growth. When you're humble enough to admit your mistakes and learn from them, you're able to approach each new challenge with fresh eyes, ready to adapt and evolve. Another key lesson failure teaches is adaptability. Every setback forces you to reassess, to look at the situation from a different angle, to find new solutions. You start to see that there isn't just one way to succeed, that sometimes the path you plan might need adjusting. This adaptability is a powerful skill, one that allows you to pivot when necessary, to find opportunities even in the most challenging situations. The ability to adapt, to think on your feet, is often the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. Embracing failure as a teacher also helps you build confidence. Every time you overcome a setback, every time you learn from a mistake and improve, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. This confidence isn't based on never failing, it's built on the knowledge that you can face failure, learn from it, and keep going. It's the kind of confidence that doesn't waver because it's grounded in resilience, adaptability, and self-belief. Each time you learn from failure, you're adding to this foundation, becoming stronger and more self-assured. So when failure comes your way, and it will remember that it's not a stop sign. It's a stepping stone, a chance to pause, reflect, and refine your approach. Let failure teach you. Let it be the guide that shapes your journey. Believe in yourself even when others doubt you. Life is full of people who will question your dreams, who will challenge your goals, and who may even discourage you from taking risks. It's easy to let those voices get to you, to let their doubts become your doubts. But if you truly want to achieve something meaningful, if you want to turn your vision into reality, then you have to develop an unwavering belief in yourself, even when no one else sees your potential. Confidence in yourself isn't arrogance, it's a quiet assurance, a belief that you have what it takes to overcome challenges, to keep going even when things get tough, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than anyone ever thought possible. Believing in yourself doesn't mean ignoring criticism or being blind to your weaknesses. It means understanding that you are a work in progress, that you're constantly learning, growing, and improving. It's about having faith in your ability to adapt and learn from each experience. When you believe in yourself, you're saying to the world, I know who I am, I know what I want, and I'm willing to work for it. This kind of self-belief becomes your foundation. It's what keeps you moving forward, no matter what obstacles come your way or how many people doubt you. It's what helps you see possibilities where others only see problems. Self-belief is a powerful force because it fuels resilience. When you encounter setbacks, when things don't go as planned, it's that belief in yourself that keeps you from giving up. It's what allows you to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward, knowing that each step, each challenge is part of the journey. Doubts will come both from within and from outside, but when you have that inner belief, you can push past them. You don't let temporary failures or the skepticism of others stop you from reaching your goals. Believing in yourself also means trusting your own vision, even when others can't see it. People may doubt your ideas, question your choices, or tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. But remember, they're not you. They don't see the world through your eyes, and they don't understand your passions and purpose the way you do. Only you know what drives you, what inspires you, and what you're willing to sacrifice to make your dreams a reality. Trusting your vision means acknowledging that yes, there will be bumps along the way, there will be people who disagree or criticize, but that doesn't change your commitment or diminish your goals. Self-belief is a skill, something you build over time. It grows every time you make a decision, every time you step out of your comfort zone, every time you take a risk and follow through, no matter what others might say. Each small victory, each personal achievement strengthens that inner belief. It's not about seeking validation from others, it's about proving to yourself that you are capable. When you rely on yourself, when you know that you can count on your own strength and persistence, the opinions of others start to matter less. They become background noise while your own goals, your own aspirations take center stage. When you believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. It doesn't mean you'll never have moments of doubt. Everyone does. But that self-belief becomes the anchor that keeps you steady. It reminds you of your purpose and gives you the courage to pursue it wholeheartedly. And as you continue on your journey, that belief in yourself becomes a beacon to others. People start to see your confidence, your determination, and they're drawn to it. You may even inspire those who once doubted you to believe in themselves, to chase their own dreams with the same passion and courage. Your self-belief is your responsibility. No one else can give it to you, and no one else can take it away. It's something you have to cultivate, something you have to protect and nurture. Take risks, or you'll be stuck in the same place forever. Growth demands courage. It requires stepping out of what's comfortable, predictable, and safe and diving into the unknown. Most people spend their lives avoiding risk because it feels uncertain, because it involves the possibility of failure, and because it challenges them to face their fears head on. But here's the truth: if you never take a risk, if you spend your life avoiding challenges and avoiding the unknown, you'll stay exactly where you are. You'll never know what you're truly capable of. Taking risks is a critical part of moving forward, of breaking out of your comfort zone, and of experiencing life in a way that's exciting, fulfilling, and meaningful. Every great achievement requires some level of risk. Look at anyone who has ever accomplished something significant. Whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, or leaders, they all took risks to get where they are. They understood that progress isn't guaranteed, that there are no promises, but they went forward anyway. Why? Because they knew that staying in the same place wasn't an option. They knew that if they wanted to achieve their dreams, they had to be willing to step out on a limb, to face the possibility of failure, and to push beyond what was comfortable. It's in those moments of uncertainty, those moments of taking a leap, that real growth happens. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It doesn't mean jumping into situations without thought or planning. Taking risks requires a calculated decision, a willingness to weigh the potential outcomes, and an understanding that no matter what happens, you'll be okay. When you take a risk, you're not just hoping for success, you're accepting the possibility of failure and choosing to move forward anyway. This decision, this act of courage, changes everything. It builds resilience, it strengthens your belief in yourself, and it teaches you to trust your own judgment. Each risk you take becomes a lesson, a stepping stone that helps you move closer to your goals. There's a freedom in taking risks. When you stop fearing failure, when you stop letting the what-ifs control your decisions, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. Start to see opportunities everywhere, to recognize that each choice, each chance you take is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to experience something new. Fear of failure keeps many people trapped, paralyzed by the thought of what could go wrong. But when you embrace risk, when you stop letting fear dictate your path, you realize that failure isn't something to be avoided, it's something to be learned from. You understand that even if you fall short, even if things don't go as planned, you'll gain something valuable, experience resilience, and the knowledge that you had the courage to try. Staying in your comfort zone might feel safe, but it doesn't lead to progress. It doesn't allow you to challenge yourself, to see what you're capable of, or to discover your true potential. Taking risks means choosing growth over comfort, progress over stagnation, and courage over fear. It means understanding that life is too short to play it safe, to avoid challenges, and to let fear of the unknown keep you in the same place. Every risk you take adds to your journey, to your story. It shapes who you are and who you're becoming, pushing you toward a life that's bold, fulfilling, and aligned with your dreams. People often regret the risks they didn't take more than the ones they did. Why? Because deep down they know that each risk they avoided was a missed opportunity, a moment when they could have pushed further, gone deeper, or discovered something new. Those missed opportunities leave people wondering, what if? What if they had taken that leap? What if they had believed in themselves enough to go for it? Taking risk eliminates those what ifs. It allows you to live fully, to experience life in a way that's authentic and exciting, and to pursue your dreams without holding back. When you take risks, you're living on your terms, not letting fear or doubt control your choices. Success is a journey, not a destination. Many people see success as a final achievement, a finish line they're aiming to cross. But real success isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process, a lifelong commitment to growth, learning, and improvement. When you think of success as a journey, you stop looking for a quick fix or a shortcut and start focusing on the habits, mindset, and discipline that will carry you forward. Each step, each decision, and each action you take becomes a part of the journey, contributing to your overall progress and helping you become the person you need to be to achieve your dreams. Seeing success as a journey changes how you approach your goals. Instead of being obsessed with reaching the top, you start valuing the lessons learned along the way. Every challenge, every setback, every victory adds to your experience and teaches you something new about yourself and the world. You realize that success isn't just about achieving a goal, it's about the person you become in the process. It's about building resilience, discipline, and the ability to overcome obstacles. When you're focused solely on the destination, you miss out on these valuable lessons. But when you embrace the journey, every experience, good or bad, becomes a step that shapes your character, sharpens your skills, and prepares you for whatever comes next. Success as a journey also means that you're constantly evolving. The goals you set today might not be the same goals you have a year from now, 5 years from now, or even 10 years from now. As you grow, as you learn more about yourself and what truly matters to you, your definition of success changes. This evolution is natural and necessary because success isn't about staying the same, it's about continuous improvement. Each new goal, each new milestone pushes you to expand your thinking, to challenge your limits, and to see just how far you can go. Embracing this growth mindset means you're never stagnant, never settling, and always looking forward to what's next. The journey mindset also helps you handle setbacks with resilience. When you see success as a destination, every failure feels like a roadblock, a sign that you're off course or not cut out for the path you're on. But when you see success as a journey, you understand that setbacks are just part of the process. They're bumps along the road, not dead ends. Each setback offers a lesson, an opportunity to adjust your approach, and a reminder that success isn't supposed to be easy. The journey requires persistence, patience, and the ability to keep moving forward even when things get tough. This resilience becomes one of your greatest assets, allowing you to stay focused and motivated no matter what obstacles you encounter. Another key part of seeing success as a journey is appreciating the small wins along the way. When you're only focused on the end goal, it's easy to overlook the progress you're making. You might miss out on the daily achievements, the gradual improvements, and the moments of growth that are shaping you into a more capable and confident person. By celebrating the small victories, you're recognizing that every step counts, that every effort matters, and that progress is made one day at a time. These small wins add up over time, each one bringing you a little closer to your ultimate vision of success. When success is a journey, you start to value consistency over intensity. It's not about doing something big once, it's about doing the small things consistently day in and day out. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and staying committed even on the days when you don't feel motivated. Consistency builds habits, and habits shape who you become. The more you focus on the journey, the more you realize that true success isn't about a moment of glory, but about the discipline, dedication, and effort you invest over time. Seeing success as a journey also keeps you grounded. It reminds you that no matter how far you've come, there's always more to learn, always room to grow. Success isn't a reason to stop, it's a reason to keep going, to set new goals, and to continue pursuing your passions. When you're on a journey, each achievement becomes a stepping stone to the next one, a reminder that there's always more to discover and accomplish. This mindset keeps you humble, hungry, and always striving to be better than you were yesterday.